This is One on One. Gregory Floyd is the president of the Tri-County Scholarship Fund. Good to see you.
Great to be here, Steve.
I want to thank our friend Barb Chodos at NJ.com, the Star Ledger's web partner, for introducing us to you. That's why we have partners, because they say, hey, this nonprofit's doing important work, and that's why we have this Make a Difference series on One on One. The Tri-County Scholarship Fund is what?
Tri-County Scholarship Fund, first of all, the three counties, Tri-County, Morris County, Sussex County, Passaic County. We're an organization that raises funds to give scholarships to inner city and financially disadvantaged kids so that they can attend private schools in the areas where public schools are failing them. That is not to say all public schools are failing them. I'm a product of public schools. In fact,
here.
Just found out that my public school was rated #1 in New Jersey this year, New Providence High School. But in other situations where the graduation rates from high school teeter at 50% or less, in those areas we come in because we know that the private schools can deliver a set of helps that move that graduation rate from 50% to 98%.
Scholarships, define them, because I know there's a certain amount at different levels of education. How much for high school?
Sure. So for high school, we made a big change 2 years ago. We give a $4,000 scholarship to every one of our kids who qualifies for a scholarship for high school, and for grade school, we give a $2,000 scholarship.
How do you pick these kids?
Need-based. We work with an organization that pulls all our data, all their data of 1040s and income reports and that sort of thing, and gives us a list basically starting with the most needy kids and goes up little less, little less, little less needy. But we start with the neediest kids in the three counties, and our scholarships are based on financial need.
Where do you get this money? Because, you know, we're a nonprofit educational production company, and we're out there every day raising money.
Yep.
I'm always curious about how other nonprofits do it in these very challenging economic times. How do you do it?
Well, this year it's our 31st anniversary, so we've had an annual dinner every year, and as our founder, Ed Hennessy, the former chairman of Allied Signal, says, our first dinner 31 years ago cost $50,000 and raised $45,000.
I bet you changed that model.
Since then, our annual dinner raises between $800,000 and $850,000.
No way.
Yeah, and we're looking for $1 million this year. So
that is great.
Everybody's welcome to our 31st anniversary dinner.
So is it a lot of corporate support?
A lot of corporate support, a lot of very faithful individual donors, but we rely on both very much. Our third leg of our three-legged stool is foundation work. We apply to foundations, family foundations, corporate foundations for help where there's a symmetry between what they want to do with their philanthropy and what our needs are.
How'd you get into this?
You know, I was running another organization called Legatus, which is an organization for Catholic CEOs and business executives, and the chaplain of that organization said to me, Tri-County has a need for a new president, and I think you'd be the right man for the job. So I put in, I've got a lot of background working with kids. I have a lot of kids. I love kids.
Hold on, you don't have a lot of kids. You have 9 kids.
I have 9 kids, that's right. Yeah. So,
I was going to ask how that happens, but
if you met my wife, you'd know how it happens.
What's the age range?
Got a kid who's 27 doing a PhD, and somebody starting in 7th grade this year.
Wow.
Yeah, so never dull.
Never dull.
Never dull. And so I always say to people, look, I only know how to do kids one way. I don't care whether they're from Patterson or Pequannock or Bernardsville. I only do kids one way. And so it was a real natural. I had volunteered at Covenant House in my earlier years. So working with kids was a real natural. And the idea that I could be part of leveling the playing field for an equally gifted set of kids who just have some financial disadvantages that a lot of kids in the suburbs don't have was very compelling to me.
The something called the Freedom Scholars Program, I'm very curious about, because I know you give approximately 600 scholarships per year.
That's right.
But this new initiative, what is it and why is it important?
Last year we started the Freedom Scholars Program, where we went to our high schools. We work with about 13 high schools. We said to them, we're going to pony up $5 grand a year per kid if you pony up $5 grand a year per kid.
Match.
A match. And so this kid will basically have 4 years of high school taken care of. And imagine the pressure that takes off the parents if all of a sudden your kid can go to the top high schools in central and northern New Jersey, and they're basically 95 90% of their financial issues taken care of. Now, there's a merit screen on this. In our other scholarships, there is no merit screen because we feel like with some of the disadvantaged situations these kids come from, it's not even fair to apply a merit screen because you don't even know what their potential is.
What do you mean a
yet.
merit screen?
Meaning academic. Whereas for the Freedom Scholars Program, we apply an academic screen. We say to their 8th grade principals, we need to know that this kid can do A or B work in a top flight high school, that this kid is the top, these kids are the top performers in your class, and they've got the goods to be able to really make it with great success in the private high schools that we're going to send them
I'm
to.
curious about this because we run a scholarship program, our Stand and Deliver not-for-profit initiative, going into our 13th year, guys, I think. Teaches leadership and communication, presentation skills, and we give out scholarships every year. They're high school students, inner city based, and they're scholarships where these young people, and we give out, I believe, 10 to 12 a year, and we try to track them. We're very curious about how they do, what they do with those dollars, and whether they succeed or not matters a great deal to us.
Sure.
To what degree do you track? To what degree do you know how these kids are doing?
So let me distinguish between Freedom Scholars and the rest of the kids.
Well, just tell me about a kid who's done really well with a scholarship. That's what I want to know.
Okay, I got 3 kids this year. One got a free ride to Cornell, one got a free ride to Colgate, and one got a free ride to Notre Dame. These
Not
are Tri-County
bad.
scholarship kids. Typical profile, single mom with 3 kids making 25 grand a year. Without Tri-County scholarship, these kids would have no shot at these schools.
Say the schools again. Notre Dame.
Notre Dame,
Cornell.
Colgate, and Cornell.
Get out of here.
2 young African-American men and a young Latino woman.
How
Full
does
rides.
it change their lives?
You can imagine how it changes their
when
lives.
they win, describe the reaction, their reaction, and the reaction of their single parent.
Of their parents or their guardians.
Right.
It's usually tears. It's usually tears. They are so overwhelmed with joy and gratitude that because Tri-County stepped in grade school or high school and gave them the academic tools for success, and because they applied themselves very diligently, all of a sudden these schools are courting them and offering them literally a $250,000 scholarship.
Why?
To go to college. Because the colleges want the best and the brightest of minority kids.
So in many ways, you're helping them be in a position to be recruited by these top schools.
Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm thrilled with every kid who goes to Passaic County Community College,
Sure.
to Morris. You know what?
Goes to
Because
school.
They go there for 2 years. They slide right into Rutgers or Montclair State, 2 of the best universities around.
Sure.
I'm thrilled with that. But let's face it, when they start achieving that other level as well of Ivy Leagues courting them, it makes your day really happy in the office because, as you know, running a nonprofit, you're fundraising all the time, and it's a difficult environment to fundraise in.
And also, County College of Morris, one of our sponsors, is one of the finest schools in the area. I just want to
Top-ranked
clarify.
county colleges in New Jersey and probably in the whole United States.
10 seconds. How rewarding is your work?
I love my work. I love leveling the playing field for inner city and other kids with financial disadvantages.
That's what you're doing. Gregory Floyd, President, Tri-County Scholarship Fund. I want to thank our friend Barb Chodos at NJ.com for bringing us together. That's why we do what we do. Thank
Amen.
you, Gregory.
Thank you, Steve.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating 25 years of broadcast excellence. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been provided by Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, New Jersey Manufacturers Insurance Group, auto insurance, homeowners insurance, and banking under the principle of stewardship. PSE&G, committed to improving New Jersey's economy and strengthening its communities. And by the law firm of Gibbons PC. Promotional support provided by NJ Biz, all business, all New Jersey. And by the New Jersey Business and Industry Association and its monthly magazine, New Jersey Business. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area. One-on-One with Steve Adubato has been produced in partnership with St. Joseph's Healthcare System.